solidified tube. And this is exactly how lava tunnels are formed in nature. Lava starts cooling down on the surface, building solidified layers on the outskirts, and if it's able to build enough solidified lava layers around its own flow, and it's flowing a little bit downhill, sometimes the lava is able to flow out of its own insulation, and that's how lava tunnels are formed in nature. And you see these ridges here? This we see in nature a lot, this lava formation, and it's actually called ropey lava. And if you go to Thingvellir, our national park where the parliament was established, you can see a lot of this formation, ropey. So it's still flowing inside. I have some extra ice. Do you want to see what happens if I put it on lava?
Yeah.
Yeah? So, when lava cools down fast, it's not able to crystallize and it becomes like volcanic glass. You probably heard of volcanic glass. You know what obsidian is?
Yep.
That is basically volcanic glass. That's when lava cools down fast. It's not able to crystallize, become a stone like this, and it forms what lava is mostly made of, and that is the silica. It's 45% silica. So you're going to see the lava becoming really black, fast. And if you're lucky, you're going to see the lava start rising, hopefully. Rise lava. This is rising, yes?
Wow.
And now, hopefully, we're going to get a nice bubble here.
Oh.
Let's close it. Yeah. Come on. Okay. Not playing with me. So it's, you see it rose significantly. Let's try to make it. I want one bubble. Well, okay. Not playing with me. So you see how black and shiny it becomes. But this lava is exactly the same as this lava, just different situation how it cooled down. Cooled down fast, not able to crystallize. Cooled down slow, able to crystallize. Exploded under the glacier. Chemically identical, different situation how it cooled down. And you remember I was trying to explain like how lava tunnels are formed in nature, and I can show you that by going underneath here and lifting it up. You see, it sticks together like coffee.
Wow.
And the lava still is totally molten underneath, and what I'm trying to do now is making it flow out of its own insulation. You see it's coming out on the end. So I'm trying to make a lava tunnel here, but we'll see later in the show if I was able to make that. So come on, flow out. Totally molten still inside. You want to know a fun fact about lava?
Mm-hmm.
So, you've probably seen Lord of the Rings. Most people have. Have you? Or am I going to spoil anything in this? So, in the end of Lord of the Rings, a person falls into a lava crater, Mordor. And he sinks really dramatically. That is so scientifically inaccurate. That would not happen like this. We don't have any kids now here, so I can go a little bit more graphic than usual. So what really would have happened to Gollum when he fell into Mordor? He would probably die before he landed, because just one breath would burn his lungs. And then when he lands on the surface of the lava, he does not penetrate it. We are not capable of sinking in lava. Lava is molten rock, much, much, much more dense than us humans. We're mostly made out of water. So we cannot physically sink in lava. So surface, broken all his bones, fire, ashes, done. If you want to sink in lava, somebody has to put some extra force and push you into it to penetrate. You can actually walk on molten lava if you ignore the heat completely. I do not recommend it. Of course you will burn. But you will not penetrate it.
Wow.
Any questions?
So is molten lava hot enough to melt different types of metals?
Some metals, not steel. We use steel. Everything is here is steel. Steel box, steel rod, steel spout here, steel safety barrier, steel and lava. We try to have as many things in here that won't burn. So that's basically us that can burn in here. So aluminium, that would melt. If I pour lava over like aluminium, it will melt. And nickel as well. If you take a penny and you put it on now, it will melt. Even now, I think, easily on the surface. So the lava now, exactly on the surface, how hot do you think it is? Like it lost a lot of energy. 1100 degrees Celsius when it entered the room, lost a lot. What do you think on the surface where I put the ice, the lava is? Sorry? 800? Anymore? 900? 900?
700?
700?
And the highest bit goes.
So on the surface, just here, where I put the ice on top, it is right now 550 degrees Celsius. If I shoot here where it's still hotter there, I'm able, yes, that's nice. And so, yeah, 888 degrees Celsius here, where it's still molten. That is around 1631 Celsius. So it starts to solidify. So I can't measure it totally molten. It has a shell. It starts to insulate, but the lava starts solidifying under 900, basically. And you hear this sound, this breaking sounds. You hear these during the eruption site as well. Always this crack. And it's a good explanation for it. So, to explain this, I have to go a little bit to the beginning. Remember when the lava entered the room, it brightens up the room. It's like the sun is rising here. Why is it shining? Why is it bright? And then we have to think about, the simple answer is it's because it's hot, but if you go a little bit more detail, we have to think about all the energy we have compacted in the lava. With all this energy, the molecules start to move extremely fast. And with the friction of the molecules, it starts to shine. But then the lava starts cooling down, the molecules start to slow down. And in that process, it contracts in volume, it shrinks in volume, decreases in volume, and starts breaking itself. You just listen to the lava cooling down, contracting, breaking itself. Sound of lava cooling down, basically. And you're probably thinking, how do we clean this? So, lava can be cooling down a long time. So this lava is around 3 to 4 days to completely reach room temperature if we would not move it at all, if we just leave it, like in the thicker part. And what would start to happen as well, it starts to crystallize. So it starts to make stone formations inside. But we really don't have time for that. Like lava can be years, decades, even hundreds of years cooling down in nature if it's just enough volume. It's an insulator. So what we do, we wait like half an hour after the show, and this volcanic glass, if it's not able to crystallize, it's not really strong. It's pretty brittle. So we start breaking it. And if it's not molten, so this is still molten, you see, that's why I'm not able to, it's not solidified totally through. That's why it's sticking together. Let's try another piece. I will show you this after 2 minutes. I'm going to check this one. So, here's that one. So you see, I'm able to break it into smaller pieces. It looks much harder than it is. When it's cooling down, it's easier, trust me. Now it's still sticking together like a glue because it's molten on the bottom. So, here I'm going to show you what I was trying to do. So, I will talk about the cleaning a little bit later because I want to use this moment to explain and show you exactly how lava tunnels are formed in nature. So you see, I lifted up the lava so it could flow out of its own insulation. And that is exactly how lava tunnels are formed in nature. I just lifted it to get it out, but this is exactly how lava tunnels form. It's a nice one. So, you try to break it, and then we collect it. We take these pieces, broken pieces, like this. They cool down much faster when we break it into smaller pieces, release the energy faster. Then we just collect them with thick safety gloves and some shovels into steel buckets, put it back into the melting room and recycle the lava. Nothing is leaving the lava, not burning anything. We're just changing from a solid to a molten and back to a solid. And we're always adding fresh lava to the mix. You see this piece I turned around. See how much of the original lava it picks up just by blowing it over it. So we're always adding fresh lava to the mix. We add around 40 to 50 kilograms a week just to the lava slide. Then the lava pour just picks it back up. Any more questions? I'm just letting it cool down. I'm going to break it a little bit later. We're going to see a little bit what is inside there. Yes?
Have you ever burned yourself?
Yes. Not serious. Nothing serious. Just small burns. It's just like I probably burn myself similar often like a chef or something.
Fair enough.
I cut myself much more. The lava, volcanic glass, you know, it can be extremely sharp. It cuts through almost anything. Before laser surgery technology, they actually chipped volcanic glass and used it in eye surgery. It can be as thin as one molecule, so extremely, extremely sharp. That's why the South Americans use obsidian in arrow blades, arrow heads, and knife blades and stuff like that. So no serious burns. Not even Delphin, he melts the lava, so no serious burning. No, of course we wear. So I'm not wearing a lot of protection gear right here. I have this sleeve that's just because of heat radiation. But lava is really dense. It's not going to pop out, basically. So, and the heat is a warning sign. You would never walk like by an accident into a bonfire. You go if you feel uncomfortable, then you step back. So, but cutting ourselves, yes, a lot. Yes, yay! perfectly cooked, medium rare, just like we like it. And in here, so you remember it started rising. Let's see if I can play a little bit with this. Yes. So I'm going to show you first here in this hand.
Oh, wow.
Can I? Yeah, like this. See inside. So I made you a lava tunnel, a lava cave. We were practicing doing this in COVID. With no customers, and me and Delphin just practicing making caves.
With the recent eruption, well, we read in the newspaper that a lot of tourists they just walk over.
Yeah.
Also,
Incredibly stupid.
yeah.
I can tell you so many reasons why it's stupid. Ooh!
Whoop.
Damn it. You see it, guys? So the steam just forced its way into the lava because the lava was still molten underneath. It starts basically blowing it up like a balloon. So we made a lava tunnel and a lava cave. So let's check how hot the lava is right now. On the surface of the cave again, it was 550 earlier. Now it's around 445. Would you like a piece of lava as a souvenir?
Yeah.
It's all here on your own risk. If you burn yourself, don't sue me. I warn you. No, I'm joking.